A reading from the Holy Gospel of our Lord Jesus Christ, according to St. Luke. Jesus said there was a rich man who was clothed in purple and fine linen, and who feasted sumptuously every day. And at his gate lay a poor man named Lazarus, full of sores, who desired to be fed with what fell from the rich man's table. Moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores. The poor man died and was carried by the angels to Abraham's bosom. The rich man also died and was buried. And in Hades, being in torment, he lifted up his eyes and saw Abraham far off and Lazarus in his bosom. Ushuha la la minai Ushuha lam shi'aman. All right, how do we avoid the fate of this rich man in the gospel? That's what this story is about. We don't know much about him. We only know that he was rich, that he was wearing fancy clothing, and that he ate good food every day. That's all we know about him. We also know, it's not exactly about him, but it's about somebody next to him. We also know that a poor man died on his porch. Why did the rich man go to hell? Not because he killed that poor man on his porch, but because he didn't notice him. He went to hell because of something he didn't notice. Not because of something he did on purpose, but because of something he didn't see. He didn't see somebody die on his porch. Why? Well, he was too busy partying every day. His feasting sumptuously and his being clothed in fine linen, and his concern with how he was clothed and how he was going to have fun every day, let somebody die. It caused somebody to die by omission. That seems fair to me. Even if it seems harsh, it doesn't seem like God is unjust. And yet, it's scary because I don't know what I'm not noticing. None of us know who Lazarus is in our life, because the whole point is Lazarus is not somebody that we notice. However, it could be even worse. Maybe we do notice, and instead of actually helping, we make excuses. Maybe the rich man, we don't know. Maybe the rich man did notice Lazarus, but he made excuses. Well, there's all kinds of poor people in the world. You can't help everybody. Is that true? Yeah, it's true. You can't help everybody. You can even use religion. Religion's a great excuse for being a bad person. Jesus said, well, the poor you'll always have with you. So Jesus said it. He never said not to help the poor. He just said the poor you'll always have with you. And maybe Lazarus was, I don't know, there was something different about him. Maybe he was a different religion. Maybe he was a different ethnicity. Maybe he voted for a different political party. Okay, therefore I don't have to care about him. Therefore I can let this person suffer because he's not something that I approve. Remember, he went to hell. The person that thought like that went to hell. Just to remind you. So he either didn't notice or he made excuses. Or another thing that can happen that we might have in common with the rich man is fake help. We can do something that won't actually help anybody. Maybe the rich man walked by Lazarus all the time and he said, you know what this starving person needs? Maybe he needs me in my infinite wisdom to remind him he should get a job. As if he never thought about it. Because I'm so smart and this guy's so dumb that he never thought about that. Maybe what the world needs, maybe what the people that are starving around me, and there's many kinds of starvation. Starving emotionally or spiritually, maybe even starving physically. And maybe what the world needs, the way I can save a life, is to tell people, how to vote. That's what the world needs. That's how I'm going to make the world a better place. Instead of actually helping an individual, I'm just going to let people know my infinite wisdom and the greatness of my opinion. And now I've done my job. Look, I know you're starving in front of on my porch, Lazarus, but I already did my good deed for the day. I shared a Facebook post. My work is done. You're welcome. Maybe I sent thoughts and prayers. And that might seem a little bit harsh. Maybe, okay, I'm going to pray for you. Instead, you're starving. I'm just going to pray for you. Praying's awesome. We're doing that right now. But if that sounds like, if what I'm saying sounds like some kind of secular thing, I'm actually quoting the Chaldean Hudra, the prayer book. I'm going to say it in Gushma, in the old language, just so you guys know that I'm not inventing this. نقش مسكينة لا تمرلي دمريا زائن المسا وباعي ولاول الميلب دمريا زائن. I'm going to translate it now. A poor man knocks. Do not tell him the Lord will provide. Don't preach when a poor man knocks on your door. المسا وباعي, he wants to receive something. He wants a sandwich. ولاول الميلب دمريا زائن. He wants to receive, he needs something. He doesn't need your preaching. He doesn't need to hear that the Lord will provide. He needs to see it. And yes, prayer does work, but so do sandwiches. And so does a hug, if that's the kind of starvation somebody's feeling. Look for Lazarus. Do the work. And when you help, don't make excuses and do what the person needs. It's blinding. It's so ridiculous. You think people need your advice as if somebody who's depressed never thought about, just feel better. That's what they needed, is some wise person to tell them feel better. Maybe you think somebody who is, overweight never realized it, and they just need to be told that they should lose weight. Do you think you're helping? Think about what that person needs. Look for Lazarus. And you can't change the world. You're never going to change the world, but you can change a life. And you can save a life. Look for Lazarus.